Hi, I'm David Clausen with Roofing News, and I'm here with Craig Smith, the inventor of the air decks. And let me just show you his website. It's a new invention, a great invention for that is a great scaffolding solution. And I talked to him on about a week ago on LinkedIn. And so, Craig, tell me about the. Let me just show them real quick. The air deck system. You're in Scotland,
In
and
Scotland.
uh-huh. And how did you come up with the air deck system?
Uh, Approximately 6 years ago, David, I was looking at getting or going to retile my roof, and I
Hmm.
got some prices from scaffolders, which was very expensive. It was going to cost me about £5,000 for
Hmm.
scaffolding,
And roughly, what about, let's say, maybe $8,000, $7,000? Hmm.
$8,000, something in that region.
Hmm.
And I thought there must be a better way to get working at height, just apart from scaffolding. So the cogs in my head started turning, and I came up with the air deck system after a lot of trials and tribulations and a lot of
Hmm.
money getting it made and what have you. But the air deck system was started in probably 2013 was the sort of the real first time
Okay.
that it was all sort of created. And then from that, we had to go through considerable testing because you have to comply with a safe working load in Britain,
Hmm.
which is 250 kilograms. When the air deck got tested, we used the same holes that we had been using in the past, and it
Uh-huh.
had been up in the same holes 17 times. And it was tested out to 300 and just under 350 kilograms.
Which is about 700 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was no deflection on any parts, and it would the tester and I myself knew that it would take a lot more.
Keep talking. I'll show them that. I think I'll with the video. I think it shows the car, right?
There is a car that was through once we launched it in
Okay.
2015. A lot of questions were, but how strong really is it? So to demonstrate how strong it is,
Hmm.
we put a car on top of it.
Okay.
And then we took it all down. Now, if you look at the picture with the car,
Uh-huh.
there is no handrails and no tie-in bars either that ties into the wall.
Okay.
And that also adds considerable extra strength to the system. But as
Okay.
it just stands like that, we
Hmm.
took the car, no problem. The car was taken off it, we
Uh-huh.
dropped the air deck system down,
Uh-huh.
and the owner of the building says, but you says it could be used again.
Uh-huh.
So we put it back up. Unfortunately, we didn't get a picture of it. We should have actually. We put the air deck system back up, and there were 10 people standing on the air deck in the same holes that it had just been holding the car. So it can be reused again and again and again.
Okay. So you can continually reuse it. Now, we were talking about this. Explain here how they were able to save money. They were painting the eaves, and they were able to save a lot of money and a lot of time. Explain how it
Yep.
worked here.
The painter was painting the eaves, as you say, David, and had, because there is an extension to the building and a flat roof,
Hmm.
they had to get access up to the top of the eaves. So he contacted scaffolding companies, and after speaking with several of them, the cheapest price that he could get was £2,800. What would you
Which is
say?
about, let's say, what about maybe 3,500, maybe $4,000?
In that region? And that was an estimate.
Uh-huh.
And the scaffolder said that he wouldn't be able to do the work for about 3 months.
So 3 months and about $4,000 for a scaffold. Uh-huh.
Yep. The painter contacted us on the Friday night,
Uh-huh.
and we went out and saw the job on the Friday or the Friday morning. He contacted us. We went and saw the job on the Friday afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
and says, "When do you want the air deck system up? Because we can do it." He said, "As soon as possible." We went out on the Saturday morning
Uh-huh.
and put the air deck up for him, as you see, to get him access to the eaves, and he had started painting at 1:30 in the afternoon
Okay. So,
that same day.
yep, much cheaper, and
Much
he was
cheaper.
going in a few hours as compared to a couple months.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And you and I, we were looking at, I typed in here, let's say American Scaffold.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we look at this picture right here,
Yep.
it could be a
Now,
good alternative for that.
it could, but again, with glass, this is a thing that I'm looking at further down. Possibly that building wouldn't be the best example, David, with so
Okay.
much glass in it. But if, as we were saying, if you just look at your standard
How about,
upstairs, downstairs buildings, that building would probably solid. The air deck could span it.
okay, so
Like
the,
as I
mhm,
say, the air deck won't tackle everything.
right. It, but in a lot of areas, like what about this building here? Do you think it would be a good fit there?
I think we could fit it in there, like definitely.
Okay. And a person could save a lot of money and a lot of
Oh,
time.
well, the money that they would save would be considerable,
Uh-huh.
but as we also discussed, like because that will be like a public highway or a
Mm-hmm.
public right of way for people walking about, it removes any obstructions.
No
So
obstructions. Uh-huh.
yeah, so people can walk underneath it and what have you quite safely. More so at night because, like any working area, you would have it cordoned off during the day because
Uh-huh.
you wouldn't want anybody walking under that. But you wouldn't need any permits from the councils because you're not
Wow.
causing any blockage for pedestrians or
Mm-hmm.
vehicles. So that's a
They
big
could,
saving in itself.
yep, and they wouldn't have to get,
And
like you said, permits and the zoning and everything else. They could just pop
yeah,
that in.
yeah,
And let,
and then
mm-hmm.
security. Hey, like nobody at night time would be able to climb onto the air deck system because to access the air deck system you would need a ladder.
Yes.
And I think the police would be quite interested if they saw me or you walking down the street at 2 in the morning carrying a ladder. They would say,
Right.
"Where are you going?"
Right, exactly. And let me show them the installation, how to build it, because let me hit this YouTube video. It goes quickly, right? As we see here. So here,
Yeah,
so these are the tools that they need right here. Is that right?
that's the very basic tools. Yep, you
Okay.
don't need any. There's no special tools that you really need. Any competent DIYer could
Uh-huh.
easily fit the air deck system. Easily.
Okay. And I'll just kind of quickly go through it. So then they just assemble it there.
Yep.
We see the time. So right here, it's about 45 minutes. It's
Yep.
ready to roll.
Ready to
And
go.
if you were to do the equivalent, let's say this system with a traditional scaffold, for you to do that, how long do you think it would take a traditional scaffolding to do that, to get up to this area and stuff?
Time to unload it from the lorry and what have you. I would say half a day, 4 hours.
Yep, 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And this is cheaper, so they're going to save
Oh,
money.
yep.
Don't have to worry about permits if you're in a big city.
Yep.
And
You don't need your transport costs either. You don't need the big lorries. You can run about in the. You could that the starter pack there, David.
uh-huh.
You could actually, apart from the boards, but if you had a roof rack on your car, you could carry that all in the back of a car.
In the back of a car, you could put it. I think. Let me go. I think in the first part, it shows it in this video. I think in the back of a car or a truck.
Yep,
Let me see if I can find it right there.
that's it. Yep,
So that's all they would need. They don't need a big truck. Like you said, you could put it in a
nope,
car or a small van.
yep,
And a totally new way for scaffolding. Now, it's not available in America yet,
not yet.
but it's coming. And so, and what we were talking about, this could be a great franchise for
Yep,
somebody in America or around the world, in Canada, in China, in Thailand,
Europe,
wherever,
Europe, wherever.
in Europe and stuff. So
Yep,
if someone is interested in saving a lot of money from scaffolding and saving time, should they reach out to you on LinkedIn? Would that be the best?
yes, that'd be fine. Or just contact us through our website.
Or through the website?
Yep,
Um,
info@airdexlimited.com.
because this could be a great opportunity for people all around the world. Go to the website here at Airdex Limited, and below this video, I'll put the link to their website, or you can contact Craig Smith on LinkedIn.
Yep.
And I think it's just such a cool new product. Anything else you wanted to mention about it that I'm forgetting, Craig?
Uh, well, it's a lot more environmentally friendly.
Uh huh. Yep.
Just the amount of raw material that's required to make it.
Yeah.
And we're constantly in the process of innovating. So we've got other things that are coming on. We have an
Oh.
air deck system
Uh huh.
that we have been has been made and has been tested, but it's for use on like storage containers, like your oil containers. You know, like the big oil where the oil is pumped out and it's stored in these massive storage containers,
Uh
like in
huh.
because we were talking with a company called Cape, CAPE,
Uh huh.
I think the PLC, and they wanted the air deck system for in Saudi and Dubai and Azerbaijan to
Really?
build these storage containers.
For storage
So the air
containers.
deck, yep. So the air deck system would, with that system, 100% of it would be built from the ground because they then use a crane to lift these plates in for making these containers. So
Okay.
when the oil is pumped out the ground, it has to be stored somewhere, you know. So we have a
Interesting.
system for that. And
Okay.
we've also developed another system which can go under bridges.
Oh wow. For bridges too. So that's something to. Okay. So this could be, and you said you're slowly working on a business in a box franchise
Yeah,
as a great alternative for scaffolding. Like you said, it's not going to replace scaffolding, but it's so applicable, or it could be used in so many different areas. Um, um,
absolutely.
you know, that look out for environmentally friendly. Well, great. All right, Craig. Well, and Craig's going to come back. He'll give us updates as it comes
Yeah,
along.
sure.
He's working with a company now to get it over into the United States and maybe around the world. So I want to thank you, Craig, for your time. Once again,
Thank
Craig
you.
Smith at LinkedIn here at Airdex, and we'll be talking in the future.
Excellent.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Okay. Thank you, David.